In this video, we will talk about TAO Bittensor price predictions for December 2025. I want to dive deeper into the TAO chart. Also, what is my strategy if we go up or if we go down, because I have a full game plan ready for both scenarios. Because we cannot predict the future, we can only play smart. I want to dive deeper in several charts that are telling us several information that could help us by making the best decisions. Also, is the cycle top in, yes or no, and how we need to handle this situation. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Crypto June, and I make videos about the market in general and also tell you in the most easy way more in-depth data about the crypto market. And of course, we talk about high cap projects like TAO, Kaspa, ICP, and many others. But first of all, TAO Bittensor had an amazing run this cycle. It launched on March 2023, as we see here. Then it goes sideways, and out of nothing, it did an insane run for around 14x. Then we saw a pullback, people grabbed the opportunity, and we had another run, then again we go down, and currently most of you watching right now are thinking, is this the end for TAO? Are we going lower or do we have another run? To answer that question, and before we continue about what my strategy is if we go up or if we go down, I want to compare the TAO chart to another project that did also very well in the previous cycle. And how did it perform in this last cycle? So I want to talk about Injective. Why? Because Injective had similarities. It did in 2020, 2021, amazing. It did also an uprun of around 35x. I bought it at 40 cents. During that moment, I sold at around 15 or something out of my head, but I have some good profits there. But there was another opportunity in 2023 when most people are fearful, we want to take action. And the reason I'm highlighting this chart is, look, if we go down, I have specific buy zones for myself. Okay, when we enter the green box, I'm buying, so we bought here at the bottom at around 265. If we go lower, I'm buying more at this line and also at this line. And the reason for that is also to lower my average price. And this is also something I did with Injective. Yes, I don't want to say, hey, we will go lower. More about that, if it's possible, yes or no, later on. But we need to prepare ourselves for both scenarios. We have our backs, right? You have your back, I have my back of TAO. But what if we really go lower? Then we have our game plan ready without emotions to buy at this area of price action. And in case we see another run, same as Injective did in this cycle, we have our average price as an example or 380. But if we go to all-time high, we have a 13x. Yes, I have another buy zone in case we go lower. If TAO cannot hold the price, then I am buying also at this level, 104. Why 104 and why not in between in this area? Is I really think once we lose this level, then it goes very quickly lower to buy zone 2. And I don't want to have that many buys. So in case we just bounce from here and this is the absolute bottom, I'm happy. I bought 3 times more here and here and here, and this gives me a good average price. And in case it goes lower, yes, I lose money on this, but I'm very bullish on TAO for also next cycle. So I am buying here, here, and here. Another chart that shows us how important it is to buy when other people are fearful and have your game plan ready beforehand is Dodge. Dodge had the same insane run in 2022, 2021. But if you bought at this area when nobody was interested and you had your game plan ready, then yes, it was a good buy. If you have an average price of here, you have a 5x. Now you hear me talking bearish, right? Hey, what if we go lower? Yes, I also have my game plan ready if we go higher from here. I'm holding already my back for TAO, so if we go higher, I'm happy. Like, I'm okay with going higher from here. I have my take profits, and I've also my take profits set. Why? Because if it goes higher, we all feel the emotions. What if we go more higher? But you don't want to take action based on emotions and feeling greed inside your body. You want to have your game plan ready for fear and also for greed, because we are humans. We cannot control emotions 100%, and that is the reason I have these buy zones but also my sell zones. And if you want to learn more about my sell zones, there is a link inside the description that guides you to my Discord server, where I will also publish my future sell zones of TAO and also other projects that I invested personally myself in. So looking at the previous cycles from after the halving, we could assume it is over. In the orange one, it was over at the same moment as the green one, and the red one is currently having the same cycle top at the same moment. But now I want to talk more bullish. Do you see the Bitcoin dominance chart? Why I'm still bullish and why I'm thinking, hey, we also have a scenario when we go higher, and that is Bitcoin dominance. If it goes down, it is good for altcoins. If it goes up, it is Bitcoin season and altcoins are doing like less than Bitcoin. Since 2022, we see it's Bitcoin season, and always after a Bitcoin season, we see an altcoin season, but we didn't saw it yet. So it is possible that we will see it. Nothing is confirmed, but it is really possible. And for that, we also want to check out this chart, Ethereum and Bitcoin. So maybe you're watching right now, hey, you told me about a TAO prediction, right? Yes, but we need to understand the whole market in general and not only TAO. Because if Bitcoin goes down and it goes back to 70, 60K, what do you think about TAO? TAO will also go down. So we need to understand when our altcoins will do good and when not. When the ETH versus Bitcoin chart goes down, it means Bitcoin season. But when it goes up, it is ETH season, but also for altcoins. And we really see right now that we are holding quite strong, and we can expect a bounce up for ETH, which is bullish for TAO and other altcoins. Another very important chart is this one. Maybe you're a little bit confused, but this one shows us, let me remove the yellow ones for you guys. So this is the Bitcoin chart. This blue line is the interest rate chart, and the green line is quantitative easing, quantitative tightening. And if the interest rates go down, not like the move of going down, but the lower it is, the better it is for risky assets, because borrowing money will be cheaper. Then we have the green line. This is the quantitative tightening, quantitative easing chart. And what does this mean? So we have here quantitative easing. The central banks create new money to buy bonds and assets that injects liquidity inside financial markets, which is good for altcoins. Quantitative tightening is that it shrinks. And right now it was shrinking since 2022. So risky assets had a less chance of going up. But we saw an announcement that very soon quantitative tightening will stop, which is also happens in 2019. And once that happens, you see the green line going up, the whole bull market started. This was the real bull market during that moment. But by just stopping it doesn't mean that the price of Bitcoin or altcoins goes up. So this is one thing that you need to keep in mind. We want to see the green line going up again, but also the blue line going down to potentially this area here. And once that happens, it's very likely that our TAO back will do very good, and also other risky assets will do very good, like Bitcoin or other altcoins. But what makes me a bear at the same moment, and also why do I have my game plan ready? As mentioned before, like if we take a look at previous cycle tops, we see that normally if history repeats itself, it's over. And also looking at the Bitcoin chart, we saw that once the weekly candle of Bitcoin closed below the purple line, the 50-week moving average, in history it was always over. Happens same in 2017, 2018. Once this happens, if history repeats itself, it was over. But again, we don't know. So we want to have two scenarios for ourselves. The others chart is also showing weakness. That is one of the reasons I'm also thinking, hey, so if we don't see a strong bounce from this area, it's very likely that my buying zones will be hit. So why do I think that? Like look at previous ones. We have a pump, we have a shoulder, we have a hat, and then another shoulder here. Same is happening here, a pump, a higher pump, a lower shoulder, like a lower pump, and then it's very likely that it could be over. I'm not saying it will be over. I'm saying I am prepared. So if you want to make money in this space, you want to take action, not based on emotions at the top. No, because then you will lose money. You want to take action during this phase or during this phase at the bottoms. And we are very close to that area. So that's also the reason I'm making this video, to prepare yourself for making the best actions, not based on emotions, but on data. And one more reason why I'm also preparing myself is, yes, we see that it's going down, but if we look at 2019, first moment it stopped and the green line was going up again, it means that Bitcoin was still going down for almost 6 months. So if that happens, we see it as an opportunity and not as more fear. So this is my strategy for December. I'm just waiting. I'm just watching the charts. If we get this line, I buy more. If we get this line at around 230, I'm buying more. And of course at 200. And for now, just waiting. And if we go higher, I'm happy because I have already my bags. This is my game plan without emotions. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about December and the whole market in general? And if you want to connect with like-minded people, there's a link to the Discord server in the description. See you there and see you in the next video. Bye bye.